Hi there. In this video, we are going to dive into what cross-project referencing is inside of Premiere Productions, how it's useful in kind of staying organized with where your media is versus where your sequences are, and some of the benefits of being able to go back and find what you're looking for using the reveal in project command. So to show this, I'm still in my Century Movie Time production, and I've got an editing sequence that's currently open. This is actually going to be found in my Carl Scratch project. So I've just created an editing sequence within this project. You'll notice that this is just living by itself. In fact, I'm going to change the name of it from editing sequence to selects because it's pretty common to throw a bunch of clips as you're going through your footage and you go, oh, there's a good shot. Oh, that's a good soundbite there. Putting that all into a selects reel, you might do that in a Scratch project just to kind of get it organized. Now, you'll notice there's no media inside of this Scratch project. So I'm going to actually use media from day one of shooting here. And if I double click on my day one project, you can see I've already got it open. I've got it set up here. So I'm going to start looking at some of the footage that we shot on day one and making a couple of selects here. So I'll just start by double clicking on this shot here. This was shot up in the woods in Northern California here. So I'm just going to kind of find a good frame to start with the bicycle running in here. We'll mark that as an in point. And then we'll get the bicycle flying in frame and a little bit of establishing of the forest. And I'll mark that as an out point. And now I can go in and I can pick and choose exactly where I want to cut this in. I'll go ahead and choose to insert that at the beginning of my timeline here. And you can see we've now just cut that piece into the beginning of my timeline. Okay. Now, a couple of things that I want to point out here. This is like basic editing 101, but in a production, because my clip lives in one project and my sequence lives in another project, there's a little something different going on under the hood inside of the production. And I want to call this out. First off, I'm going to go back to my Carl Scratch project. Where's my clip? I don't have a clip in the Scratch project, even though the select sequence is in this project and there's a clip on the sequence. This is a fundamental difference between just opening up two Premiere project files and trying to work with them, like organize media into one and have an editing sequence in another. With a production, there is this link, this relationship between the different projects. This clip lives in the day one project. There is only one copy of this clip that lives inside of the day one project. So this eliminates any type of duplication of media unless I specifically duplicate a clip and I tell Premiere, hey, I want a copy of this. It doesn't create any duplicates. So what this also means is if I need to go back and find an alternate take or an alternate shot, if my media is organized in the production where, all of the same day of shooting is found in the same project, we make that relatively easy. So by right clicking on this clip, there is an option called Reveal in Project. Now, this is different from match framing. I want to just point this out. I don't have to have any other projects open to kind of match frame into this same clip here. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and close uh, the sound effects project. I'm even going to close the day one project here where this clip originated from because I really want to show you what Premiere will do for you here. And we'll go ahead and say, yes, I'm going to save the changes I made to that. Okay. So here I've got this clip on my timeline. If I just wanted to look at it and maybe shift it or find a different edit point in this clip, I can still hit match frame and it will come up in the source monitor and I can still do different things with it. But if I need to manipulate it in the bin, I need to maybe like modify some settings in the bin, or if I want to find that clip because I'm looking for any adjacent clips that were shot on the same day, I use a different menu command, something called Reveal in Project. And Reveal in Project will tell Premiere, go and find this clip for me wherever it happens to live. So when I right click on this, it will go through and automatically open up the day one project and it will highlight that clip for me. And if I go to an icon view here, I can then start to see, oh, wait, here's all this other footage that was shot on the same day here in the forest. So now I can start to look at and see if maybe there's a different take or a different shot that I might want to use in conjunction with this. So that's the big benefit of this cross project referencing. There's a number of additional advanced functions that you can do with it. There's always a way of generating new bin clips or source clips from a sequence, which we'll talk about in a future video. And there's also some functions that are built into Premiere. If for some reason somebody deletes a project that had some of your source clips in it, there are some ways of reassociating those clips. And we'll talk about more of that in a future video. But for now, I just wanted to make sure you're aware of how these different projects within the production are related to each other and give you that ability to go in and actually use this reveal in project command to find clips that might be living in a sequence someplace. Thanks for watching.